a street informant told me she's with her boyfriend when he gets a page to go meet a guy down by the foot of Main Street and bring him a quarter ounce of coke. And the boyfriend says he's got to go cut his product with some laxative because he knows this guy's going to rip him off. And she says, well, what are you going to go for if you know you're going to get ripped? And he said, because it's his protection.
His protection meaning?
The cop, remember. The boyfriend's under the pier.
So where's your informant now?
Out of town for a while. Got on a bus early this morning.
All right, well, let's go have a look.
He's been shot 10, 11 times, small caliber, probably a .22. The arms, the legs, then probably kicked off the pier and he drowned.
Well, I'd be sending some kind of message, don't you think?
Yeah, something along the lines of don't water down my dope.
Hey, your informant know anything about who this cop could be?
Says not.
You got no reason to question anything your informant says?
Not so far. So far she's been solid on everything.
Yeah, no shots to the head.
No.
Shot in the limbs that way, that's not common.
I checked him for the pager already. It's not on him.
Could be in the drink.
Yeah. It's pretty deep all around here. Good luck finding it.
Gotta take a look anyway. How'd you find him?
I just came down looking for where she told me he was supposed to meet the guy. Saw the blood up there in the pier where I showed you before. Then just started looking around, spotted him down here. Tide washed him up the way he is now.
Well, we better get the body out before the tide comes back in again. Okay, so let me get this straight. Your informant call says your boyfriend hasn't come home, and you came down here and found him. Is that right?
Yeah, I was first on the scene.
Okay. Hang around for forensics, but don't let the body get away. Right. You still partner with Brian?
Yeah.
He's not working today?
He's right behind you.
Okay, so both you guys came to the scene this morning?
Yeah.
Good morning, Brian.
Morning.
Hey, thanks for getting on top of this right away.
Yeah, no problem. Don't say we never did nothing for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Suki got a call. You need us any more down here?
No, I'm good. Listen, I'm gonna need to talk to your informant, so if you could set that up for me.
I can try.
All right, well, you know where I am.
Excuse me, Mr. Da Vinci.
Yeah?
Richard Westerbrook, my wife Barbara. Do you remember us?
Well, sure. How you doing?
You mind if we sit down?
No, absolutely not.
Wait, we understand that there's been another incident involving Glenn Moorhouse.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Glenn, you might remember, is our ex-son-in-law.
Of course.
Well, we understand that there's been another fire and that he lost his second family, a wife and 2 kids.
That's right. But we're investigating that fire right now. Excuse me. And I can't re-discuss it with you. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, but we just wondered about the fire that took our daughter's life 5 years ago. If you've thought about the similarities to that fire.
They weren't that similar. And as I say, as difficult as it is for me not to answer your questions, I can't, okay? As I say, we're investigating. I can't discuss it.
No, of course not. Because if you were wrong about the fire that killed our daughter and Glenn Moorhouse has done it again, set another fire and killed his new family, well, then that would reflect badly on you, wouldn't it?
Can I explain something to you? Okay, chick. I investigated the fire that killed your daughter very carefully, very carefully. I was very careful. We were all very careful. In light of this recent fire, we're looking back at it, reassessing the...
So you think you might have been wrong?
No, I didn't say that. No. I'm not saying anything. I'm the type of person that says things when they shouldn't, and then I get into a lot of trouble with my boss, so you'll have to just accept my apology and excuse me, okay? I'm sorry. You know, we came to a conclusion. It was based upon the evidence, and the evidence was very clear.
Right, okay, the evidence. See, that's why we came here. That's why we wanted to talk with you. Do you remember Roseanne Carson?
Roseanne Carson? I think I do.
You know, she lived across the street from our daughter's house. She's a neighbor. She witnessed the fire.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Roseanne, right.
Well, she called us. Actually, she's the one who told us about this new fire. She read about it and called us. She remembered something.
Did she say what she remembered, or?
Well, we think it's better that you should hear that from her. We think the right thing is that you should hear that from her.
Oh, I think you're right, too. I'll give her a call, and I'll do that today.
Yes, you'll call her, but will you listen to her?
I'm not sure what you mean there.
Well, Mrs. Carson said when you spoke with her the first time, you treated her in a kind of dismissive manner.
Oh, I did.
Well, she said that you confused her.
I confused her. Well, I don't know what to say about why she would go ahead and say something like that. I really don't know. But... Look, I sympathize with you, but I really have to get going. If I get some more information, I will call you.
You should have called us right away when this happened. We deserve that consideration. Instead, we have to hear it secondhand. We have to read about it in the newspaper.
You're totally right. You do deserve better than that. I'm sorry. This shouldn't have happened. I do actually have to go. I'll call you. I promise. Sorry.
Come on.
So the doctor's telling me that he wants to test my wife for a bipolar disorder, and I'm saying she's got Alzheimer's. What's the point? And he's telling me there could be other contributing factors which account for when she gets agitated. And he wants to know, did she ever have mood swings before? We're married. Everybody has mood swings. You put up with it. Just an excuse to add some more drugs to the cocktail they already got her on and ding the government for the cost, which comes out of my pocket, not your pocket. It's the healthcare system. Gone insane. It's being run by a bunch of monkeys in a monkey cage, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Hey.
What?
What'd I just say?
I don't know. Monkeys.
You dozed off there, you know. No, are you okay? You've been looking a little ragged lately.
No, I'm okay. Just those pills the doc's been giving me for trying to make me sleep better. Give me kind of a hangover.
You gotta watch those things, you know. They're addictive.
No worries about that. I don't like the way they make me feel. Not at all.
So, what? You're not sleeping?
I had insomnia for a couple of weeks, but I'm okay now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine.
This is it. Here we go. Oh, what's she doing here?
Relax. It's a robbery. She caught the case. That's how it is.
Every time I turn around, she's popping up.
Leo? Mick?
Rose? What's this? I thought this was a homicide.
It was a robbery, but now that the victim died in the ambulance, it is a homicide. I got the call because I've been working a string of gas station robberies up and down the strip for a month. Anything else you want to know?
Yeah, who's dead and who did it?
The victim's name is Gloria Spender. The shooter could be one of the guys I've been chasing. I don't know.
You think this one's connected to those robberies?
I don't know. I'm looking for two guys, natives. It could be them. I don't know.
You know what time this went down?
About an hour ago, they grabbed the cash, shot the clerk, which is a wrinkle on my guys because they haven't shot anybody yet.
I got witnesses.
Don't know yet, but the owner tells me that he has a video surveillance system. Maybe that'll help. He's setting it up for us now in his office.
All right, let's go inside. You can show us.
The victim was behind the counter here.
The owner, the one who found her?
Yeah, he was coming in for the shift change, saw the mess, and then he saw her. Said it looked like she'd been shot in the chest. I confirmed that with the paramedic in the ambulance. I just got off the phone with him. He also told me that when his team got here, that she had a rag stuffed on her chest and a coat under her head. I asked the owner if he did that. He said that's the way he found her. All he did was call 911.
The bullet? Still in the cabinet?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get our dead down here. We'll start a survey, see if anybody saw anything.
Already done that.
Okay. We'll talk to the owner then.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. He's in his office back here.
If I find out who it is that sent those Westerbrooks down there where I have my breakfast in peace, am I ever going to give them a rocket? Okay. Now, why didn't she testify at the first inquest? I can't remember. It's like 5 years ago.
Well, she was the neighbor who saw Glenn Morehouse leave his house the morning of the original fire.
Right. Oh.
And you said that you had her statement, so you didn't need her.
I said that?
Mm-hmm. You got something on your face.
I do?
Mm-hmm. Other side. Other side.
Got it?
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, the Westerbrooks, they seem pretty satisfied that you did a good job in their daughter's investigation. I remember you got a thank you card at the time.
Well, no cards today.
Hmm.
For sure, they really blindsided me. I don't like that.
Did you go off on them? Do we owe them a card now?
No, I did not go off on them.
Okay.
They were just very upset, and I don't really blame them either. And they want to know, did I make the right call on this one or not, you know? And I'd like to know the same thing, quite frankly. What's your take on this? Do you think that there's a chance that first fire was not an accident?
No, you were right.
Oh?
The first fire was accidental, and the inquest jury came to the same conclusion, which makes the second fire just a horrible coincidence. Right?
Right. What are the odds on that? Pretty poor.
That the time there along the top?
Yeah.
What's this here?
Yeah, okay. This is about 7:30. I came in about 8. This could be it.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's one of them for sure.
Yeah?
I got 4 other video surveillance tapes with these guys on them. Yep, and there's the other one.
Can't see anybody's faces.
That's why they got the ball caps.
You been able to get an ID on any of these guys?
No, not yet. Look, she's getting them the cigarettes. It's always the same. The pack of cigarettes gets the cash drawer open.
Well, now he's got a rifle here.
30-30 lever action, that's new. They were using knives before.
He's yelling something at her.
Yeah. Give me the money. Give me the money.
Why didn't she give him the money? She's just standing there.
Well, the other guy's yelling.
She knows to give him the money. Give him the money.
But she's grabbing the rifle barrel. Now, that's not a good idea.
Oh, jeez.
He's pissed at his partner. Look at him.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to help her. Too little, too late.
Yeah. Now they don't know what to do. Take the money or what?
Okay, we can stop it here, bud.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna need to take the tape.
God, that's terrible. It's just awful. Why didn't she just give him the money?
Thank you.
I got a big file on these guys, plus the other videotapes. You're going to want to see those.
Yeah, okay.
I'll get it all together and find you.
Yeah, fine. There she is again, angling in. She gets a little opening and she slips right through.
No, her interest is legit.
My ass, he's a little weasel. You leave your cooler open a crack, she'll be in there stealing your lunch.
You told the Westerbrooks that you had some new information about that fire across the alley 5 years ago.
I don't want to talk to you. I told the Westerbrooks everything I remember about the fire. Please, you should just ask them.
Sorry, I can't do that. See, you have to tell me what you told them. I have to hear from you. That's how it works.
You're not going to yell at me again, are you?
I don't think I did yell at you.
You're very loud and abrasive.
Sorry, I won't get loud.
It was traumatic.
Okay, I promise I won't yell at you if you just tell me what you remember about that fire, what you told the Westerbrooks, okay? Please? Please.
Well, all right then.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I got your statement here from 5 years ago. Can you tell me exactly what you told the Westerbrooks, if you would?
Well, let's see. The morning that the fire broke out was a Sunday, and I remember at the time you asked me, what did I see? Did I see anything? And I said, yes, I saw Glenn leaving his house at about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well, that's according to your statement.
And then you asked me how I knew it was 10 o'clock. Was I sure? What clock did I check? Did I need glasses?
Okay, sorry.
And I said I knew the time because I was on the way to my son's birthday brunch.
Well, that's right, yeah. You always have breakfast with your son on your birthday.
His birthday. I have to leave here by 10 o'clock if I want to be there on time.
Okay, any of that change now?
Well, yes. You see, it's the day. Sunday. And just last Sunday, we changed the time back. Remember, we put the clocks back an hour? Same thing happened 5 years ago, the day that the fire broke out. I was an hour too early for my son's birthday brunch, and he wasn't even out of bed yet.
Okay, well, I'm not really following you here.
Well, I don't always remember to put my clocks back. I have a lot of clocks. I've got the VCR and the coffee machine and the TV, and I always get confused putting the time back, and sometimes I forget to do it, and last Sunday I forgot again. And that's when I realized that I was too early for my son's birthday brunch, and I remembered, well, I must have had the time wrong.
Okay, so if I can put this in my words, you thought it was 10 o'clock when you saw Mr. Morehouse leave his home. 10 o'clock in the morning, but it wasn't 10 o'clock, it was 9 o'clock, because you forgot to change the clocks.
But I thought it was 10, and the clock said 10, so that's why I told you that.
And nobody asked you about that, about the time change?
No.
Huh.
But I would have remembered if you had a...
Well, easy to forget. Everybody forgets that one. I know I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can I just ask one more question, and I promise I'll go?
Okay.
Okay. Why would you have called the Westerbrooks and told them all this? Now, I have to hear it from them. All you did was wind them up, okay?
Well, because I know them, and I knew their daughter. And then I read about the second fire in the paper.
I understand. But all you did was really wind them up unnecessarily, perhaps. You know, now they're thinking, boy, we didn't get a fair investigation.
Well, they feel cheated, is what they feel, because they put their trust in you, and look what's happened. Their son-in-law's gone and done it again.
Now, we don't know that. See, that's the point here. We don't know that. There might well have been an accident.
Yeah, well, what are the odds of that?
All right. That's about it, then. Thanks for taking the time. You're not certain, though, are you? You're not certain that you made this mistake, changing the clocks or not changing the clocks. That's speculation on your part. Speculation, correct?
Yeah, I guess it could be.
Thanks. Okay. Been very helpful.
So far, I've got the meeting scheduled for Tuesday evening. I'm hoping that works for you.
Fine.
Yeah?
Hey, Sergeant. Can I have a word?
Yeah. Rose, you know Jack Pierce?
No, I don't think so. Rose Williams.
Jack Pierce.
Rose works Robbery Division. Jack Pierce on City Council.
Yeah, you know what? I remember you now. We were on the Heat versus the Street softball team last year. You hurt your ankle trying to steal home.
Yeah, that was me.
I remember I was supposed to be playing first. I got injured and had to sit out.
Well, as always this year. Anyway, I gotta run. Listen, if I can ever be of any assistance, detective, just give me a call, whatever I can do, and I'll see you at the meeting.
Great, thank you.
Nice to see you again.
So, Rose, what can I do for you?
I was gonna ask, I caught a homicide this morning, part of a string of robberies I've been working.
Right, the gas stations, right?
Yeah. The couple of guys that I'm looking for, they're involved, and I'd like to stay on it.
You want to see it through?
Yes, I do.
Well, your sergeant thinks I'm trying to poach you, so I think we should just let him keep you busy for a while.
So you know, I'm ready for the move up.
I know, just not yet. Okay?
One other thing. Jack Pierce, this councilman. His name's ringing a bell about something, but it's not about baseball, it's something else.
What's that?
Well, I'm not really sure about this, but you're on some kind of committee with him looking into prostitution reform, is that right?
Yeah, I didn't know it was common knowledge, but yeah.
Yeah, well, evidently the drug squad's been looking at a house, observing it, a lot of coke going in and out, you know, a lot of hookers work out of there as well, and I heard they got a councilman going in and coming out.
What are you saying, it's Jack Pierce?
I'm not 100% sure on that. All I know is that they got the guy on a surveillance tape.
Do me a favor. You find out who's got what on who. If it's Jack Pierce, I want to know exactly what the story is.
I can check it out.
Good, let me know.
Hey, I'll take a BLT. Crispy up the bacon.
Okay.
What are you having?
BLT.
Yeah, sounds good. No mayo. And a coffee.
Great.
Thanks.
Okay, so here's what I know. These two guys hit their first gas station about a month ago.
Are you gonna eat?
No.
Okay, we'll take a look at what you got.
The first one was just to grab the cash and get the hell out. The second robbery was a little more bold. They stayed a little longer, they took the cash, took a couple dozen cartons of cigarettes. The next two robberies, same thing, only they added the ball caps, tried to hide themselves a little.
Did you get a better look at him on any of those other surveillance tapes?
Yeah, like I said, they were two native guys. One maybe 20, the other one maybe 35, 40. I got their prints. I just couldn't match them with anything we had on file. There's no record of them.
What about a car? Anybody seen him getting away in a car or running away?
Nope. So far, they've been very lucky. We've been unlucky. No witnesses.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at what you got, and we'll let you know.
Okay. Well, take it easy. You let me know if I can be of any help.
Yeah, if anything comes up, we'll give you a call.
Thanks, Rose. Appreciate it.
helpful.
Hey, Dominic,
Yeah?
hold up
What?
a sec.
What?
I've got something for you on your fire victims.
What?
The mother, Mrs. Morehouse, number 2,
That's the second late Mrs. Morehouse?
there was carbon-based residue in her lungs.
A lot of smoke or a little bit of smoke?
Well, enough to indicate she'd been breathing smoke for a while before the explosion.
Well, that means that there's a fire burning there for a significant amount of time.
Right.
Any idea what kind of fire?
Not yet. I took a sample of residue from her airways. We're checking it for any chemical makeup. That might give us an answer.
That makes things a little different, doesn't it?
Shot 11 times. Well, apparently it was a drug deal gone sideways. The victim was an ounce dealer who was trying to take a bigger position in the market. And the informant story is that her boyfriend, the victim, got a page to meet a customer on the waterfront there. Whose informant is this? Suki Taylor. You met her the other day at the Ovaltine. She works vice.
Blonde with the dark roots, right?
With the roots, yeah. Suki gave me all this. I'm trying to set up a meeting with the informant, but I don't want to go too fast. She's nervous, right? I want to spook her.
Understand what else?
Well, the victim told the informant that the customer he was going to meet was a cop that was in the habit of extorting dope from him, and that he was going to cut the product before he met with him.
Well, before we go chasing down that road, let's see if we can bring the informant into the fold and offer some protection. Okay? What, have you got any other leads other than what Suki's given you?
Just the ballistics. Shot 11 times and kicked into the drink. Probably died from drowning. Ident is running the slugs looking for a possible match against other crimes.
Nice and nasty, huh? Okay, let me know.
So you said it was a gas explosion?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, there was enough smoke in Mrs. Morehouse's lungs to indicate prolonged exposure to a smoldering fire.
Okay, we know something ignited the gas, so if there was a fire smoldering in the house and it comes to spark or flame, well, that would have done it.
Well, okay, but the next question I have to ask myself is this. Why doesn't she wake up at the smell of the smoke?
Not everybody wakes up.
Well, what about if the dog had been there, though?
What?
The dog. The dog's in the house and he smells the smoke, he's going to make some noise.
Not necessarily.
The dog wasn't there. It would have been lucky for Mrs. Morehouse had the dog been there, but he wasn't.
You think he took the dog out of the house on purpose?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Look, consider this, okay? Given what we know about the origins of the first fire, also an explosion, in light of the fact that he had to get out of the house to let that gas build up, we're looking at exactly the same scenario in the second house fire. You got the gas build up, the fuse, whatever is smoldering there, flames up, and the whole thing goes up.
Look, we've only got the authority to investigate this latest fire, and you're bringing in facts, previous facts. I'm not comfortable with that.
I'm not ignoring the fact that I got a guy who's lost a second family to a house fire. That's the same pattern as the first one. I'm not comfortable with that anymore.
Okay. Tell you what. I'm going to take a long look into the evidence again, and I'll see what we've got.
And now you know about the lie there. He lied about timeline in the first fire, too. And we know he lied. But what time he left the house? There's a whole hour previous to the fire that's unaccounted for.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. I really do appreciate you taking an extra look here.
It's my job.
Okay. Just too bad that dogs can't talk, eh?
So you talked to your informant when?
About an hour and a half.
What'd she say?
Doesn't want to come forward with anything else, if that's all she knows.
She did mention she never actually met the guy her boyfriend was supposed to meet. Doesn't know if he was a cop or not, or whether her boyfriend was just blowing smoke up her ass, as was his usual habit.
So the bit about him having to meet the cop on the water might have been bull.
Yep. You know, you should talk to Joe Tang and drugs. He knew about the victim. I can set it up for you.
Yeah, have Joe give me a shout. I also got to talk to your informant, so what you could do for me is tell her that we can give her some protection.
Well, I can tell her, but I don't think I can convince her.
Well, then tell her the next step is she's going to get slapped with a material witness warrant.
I think that'll just scare her off. She'll disappear. She's not into testifying. She just won't do it. So I'd rather, reassure her everything's going to be okay and see what I can get out of her off the record.
All right, see what you can do. By the end of the day, I got to know what she knows, so we can work something out or tell it to the court later. And tell Joe to give me a shout.
Will do.
Okay, thanks.
See ya.
I've been reconstructing the evening, and I remember what I had for dinner and what was on TV.
Good. That's real progress, eh? That's real progress right there. Don't you think? Is anything else standing out for you at all?
I remember cooking and thinking I should take the top off the stove and check the burners. I thought they needed cleaning. I had trouble lighting the stove top.
We had trouble lighting the burner?
No.
How are you having trouble? Isn't it automatic? It comes on when you turn the handle?
They do, but one of them was splitting, not catching right away. I reminded myself I better clean the stove. Maybe it was just dirty.
Uh-huh. Okay. Anything else?
I remember going out on the porch for a cigarette.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about what kind of cigarettes you smoke. What's the brand?
I roll my own.
Roll your own. You have an ashtray out there in the porch?
I don't remember.
Well, you know, maybe that's all you're going to remember today, too. You know, maybe tomorrow you're going to... Some of that stuff's going to come back to you. It's going to be bit by bit, maybe.
Seems to be coming back slowly.
That's good. I had something I had to tell you. What was it? What was it? Just check my notes. Mind memory we have to worry about here. It must be old age. Oh, yeah, no. I got some good news for you, actually. It's about your dog. He's okay. He's back.
Oh, great.
He showed up the next morning, and one of your neighbors has been looking after him.
Yeah, I was worried.
You never mentioned that dog when we first talked.
No, I forgot about him.
Well, I guess you have a lot to deal with. Anyway, that's the good news. Your dog's okay.
Good.
Was he in the house when the fire started?
No, I was watching TV earlier, and he was scratching at the door, wanting to go out, so I decided to take him out for a walk.
And what time was that?
Midnight, I guess, around there.
And how long were you gone?
Well, I don't remember anything about that. I don't always go outside with him. I sometimes let him run in the neighborhood at night. Maybe that's why I was on the front porch having a cigarette. I was waiting for him.
Now, that cigarette. Did you have that cigarette before you left the house, or were you coming in and out of the house smoking that cigarette? Remember that?
I don't remember. I usually only smoke outside on the porch, so I doubt I came inside with it.
Okay. Okay. That's about it. Mr. Morehouse, I just wanted to tell you that I'm very sorry for your loss, and I sympathize with you.
Thank you for visiting.
Maybe I'll try and get back down and see you again.
I wanted to ask you, do you know Mr. Stedman?
Yeah, I do. Why?
Well, he came by here and wanted to know if I wanted someone to talk to. I guess he lost his daughter in a fire. Anyway, he said you suggested he speak to me. He's some sort of grief counselor.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I'm going to have to give him a call and catch up with Mr. Stedman.
Thanks for coming by.
Okay.
So what's your interest in the councilman's extracurricular calendar?
Some kid I popped for a robbery had the councilman's watch. She said the councilman gave it to her. I wanted to confirm that the councilman was maybe trading favors for some action.
Sounds like it might be right. Here we are here. It's right there.
Yeah, I see it in the middle of the block.
Yeah, the stucco thing with the blue steps. It's like 6 or 7 people living there, and then you got the prostitutes coming and going, the Johns, junkie storing dope. Stolen goods for sale, you know, it's a regular one-stop shop in the neighborhood.
Huh. So how many times do you see the councilman going in there?
7 or 8 times, you know, gets his card punched one more time, they'll give him a freebie.
And you got tape of him going in and out there all those times?
Tape on every single visit.
And you're sure he's soliciting sex in there?
Could be soliciting votes.
Working the room?
Yeah, working.
So what are you going to do with the information?
I don't know. Bank it. Cash it in on a rainy day. The councilman's pro-dope.
Oh, yeah.
So next time he opens his yap about that stuff, we'll sink his boat.
Does he ever come out with anybody?
He's got a girl he sees in there. He usually comes out with her and brings her back a couple hours later.
You got an ID on the woman?
Yeah. It's Brenda something. Brenda Eberhardt. She's 19, 20. She's still pretty new to it.
Is Brenda living in the house?
No.
Do you know where they go off together?
No idea.
Okay. So they go out, they come back, but you don't know where they're going. You don't know the exact nature of their relationship. It could be something else going on there.
You want me to tape the action next time? I can get a camera up in there if you don't keep it to yourself, you know.
You can do that.
Well, I can get it done.
I'm gonna let you know if I'm gonna need that.
All right.
You were talking about Brian Curtis the other day, telling me how he used to shake down dealers for a stash.
Yeah, he does that.
Now, what about Joe, his buddy in the narc squad? You mentioned they were tight.
Yeah. His thing is, he busts you. When you show up in court, the weight is never what it was. It's always light.
So he skims before he signs it into evidence.
Yeah. Like, if you're carrying 5 grams, he takes 3 and says you were carrying 2, like that.
Small time. Now, what about Brian's partner, Suki? Remember you saw her with him the other day?
Yeah. I don't know about her. I don't know if she's into that. I don't know. I've never heard anything about her.
Okay. You know, we had a murder down on the waterfront there yesterday. You hear anything about that?
Guy got shot like 20 times and fed to the shrimp.
What else?
Nobody's gonna miss him much.
Except his girlfriend, maybe.
Yeah, right. Like, she wasn't happy to see him go.
You know, I don't know her.
Total trash.
I'd like to talk to her, though.
Okay. See if she's still around.
All right.
Jack Pierce. I suddenly realized I'm on this committee with him, and I don't know much about him. What can you tell me?
Well, Jack, he's been on council for 5 years, and we've gone back and forth on this red light district issue more times than I want to remember, but he's had some perceptive arguments. He's done his research, and I consider him rock solid on the issues. He's a bulldog.
Do you think we need him on the committee?
Well, without him, our chances of getting this issue on somebody else's agenda are pretty slim.
Well, then, I had some disturbing news laid on me, and I think you should know. Jack was caught on tape by the drug squad.
Okay, that's nice.
Well, he was observed going into a known dope house, and evidently prostitutes work out of there as well.
Great.
Now, that could be all there is to it, but it's enough to screw any credibility that this committee's been trying to establish.
Anybody else know about this?
A thing this delicate usually springs a leak somewhere.
Well, that's just perfect. That's just perfect. Okay, well, if it's true, if he's in that house for the action, he's going to have to pull himself off the committee. If you can't have him in there, he's going to have to pull himself out.
Well, I don't necessarily want to dump him. I just want to watch our backs.
Yeah. Okay.
Will you talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's perception I'm worried about, right? You know how these things go.
Yeah.
Dominic, how are you?
Here, Jack, look at that. Right on time. You can't be a politician. Here, take a seat.
So what's the problem? You said it was urgent.
Well, it's not really urgent. Now, let me just grab the door.
Gotta get the door, okay?
It's about our red light committee.
Uh-huh.
Got some pretty good people on board there now. You know, Sergeant Kurtz over at Homicide. She's on board.
Okay, she's good.
Oh, good. And you're still on board?
Oh, yeah, on board.
There's no conflict that's going to prevent you sitting on this committee at all?
No. Why? What are you getting at? I mean, this started to sound like an interrogation.
No, you'll know a real interrogation when that happens.
What?
Okay, I've heard some things I don't like. You've been spotted in a known drug house, a known brothel.
Oh, that. Man, that's funny.
What?
Well, you want to know what's going on there? I'll tell you. I've got a constituent. She's got a daughter who's stripping and getting into some bad company, maybe some dope, maybe a little hooking. She asked me, would I
be able to do something about it. So, yeah, well, you know, talk to the kid. That's all.
Why you?
Well, that's a good question.
I'm asking.
Because she thought I might have some influence on the daughter. We're old friends. I'm an old friend of the family.
Is that going to hold water?
Yeah, it'll hold water.
Okay. So there's no reason I have to ask you to step down from this committee. There's nothing illegal, untoward in that relationship that I should cover my ass about, that I should worry about your time? Nah. Okay. Well, that's all I needed to hear, really. I just don't need to be in the middle of a storm down the road on this one. Like, it's taken me 3 long years to get you to pay attention to me on prostitution in the city. It's taken me 3 years to get you to sit on this committee, and now I finally got someone with a big enough political hammer that I maybe might get something done. And now hear all this.
Your ass is covered. It's nothing. Beautiful. That's it? That's all?
Thanks for taking the time.
All right. Well, I'll see you at the meeting.
Okay. It's not best to talk to you about it. I'm out.
Take it easy.
Okay. Dominic, do you have a minute? Could you come in, please?
Shut the door.
You want the door shut?
Yep. So where are you on the Morehouse fire?
Oh, well, we're at the beginning stages on that one. We decided just to take a look back, take another look at everything.
So you think you maybe made a mistake on the first fire, that it wasn't accidental?
I don't think so, no. Like I say, we're just taking a look at everything.
Right. Well, I hate to tie your hands on this one. I mean, I understand the necessity for reinvestigation, but I can't allow you to do it.
What?
But that is, you can't do it.
Not really following you here.
You had breakfast with the Westerbrooks, right?
Yeah.
The Westerbrooks are now threatening us with a judicial inquiry.
You talked to them?
No, their lawyer.
Oh. Well, you know, they were confident the first time round. They sent us a card. They were pretty confident.
So obviously they've changed their mind. Anyway, the real problem is that on the first fire there was an inquest and a ruling of accidental. Now, if that fire goes to inquest again, we're looking at a conflict of interest and you being a potential witness against yourself, which we can't allow to happen.
So are you asking me not to investigate that first fire? I can't see how we can't not do that.
No, I've asked Homicide to take it over.
Oh, okay, that's good. Homicide, yeah, I got no problem with that. Anything else?
No, that's it, thanks.
You know, the cemetery out at Ravenhood, that's the nightmare I told you it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm painfully aware of Ravenhood. Thank you very much.
Okay. Door open or closed?
Leave it open, please. I could use the fresh air.
Can you get Morris Stedman for me on the phone? I got to talk to him.
All right, am I setting a meeting?
No.
Don't forget the cream and sugar.
Yeah, okay.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You need a menu?
No, just a thermos of coffee.
Sure.
Thanks.
Is he taken?
No, go ahead.
You remember me? Josie's sister?
Yeah, of course I do. How are you?
Not bad. Not great. Getting by. Yourself?
Same.
I've been leaving you messages. I don't know if you got them.
Yeah, I got him.
I was expecting a phone call, you know, just out of courtesy.
I know. Apologize. Keep it.
I thought you might want to talk to me about a couple of things. I need to set a few things right.
Okay.
Were you having an affair with her?
No.
Because I found something in her diary that might indicate you were.
Can we talk about this another time?
When?
I don't know exactly when. It's just that I'm in the middle of something right now. My partner's in the car. I really have to go.
Don't brush me off again. Please.
I will call you.
I'm going to take you at your word.
Get the cream and sugar?
No, let's just go.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You look like you just dropped a pint of blood.
Let's go.
Watch where you're walking. You know, that looks like Josie's sister.
It is.
Here she is again.
Oh, jeez. Leo, come on, man. She's not gunning for your job. Hey, Rose.
Hey, gentlemen. Here we go again.
Robin Williams, Bill